What's up, everyone? Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course. As you can see from the title of this video, I will be giving my commentary on the latest jail call to be released from the YouTube channel called Phone Calls from Prison. Shout out to that channel for taking out the time to apply through the Freedom of Information Act to obtain these recorded jail calls between Ernesto Williams and his wife, Shirley Strawberry. Sometimes the calls include Ernesto and the alleged side chick, Sonia. And we've even heard a jail call between Ernesto and a couple of his male friends. Let me know in the comments if you want me to go back and talk about that call. All right, so before we get into this latest call, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video. It will cause YouTube to recommend this video to more people who are also, into the Shirley Strawberry saga, and they have been keeping up with it to the best of their ability because it is a lot. So if you work or even if you are retired, you need all the time in the world to keep up with all of this tea. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. And of course, I want to point out that the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary of these sound bites are allowed. And also, everything said here is alleged and my opinion. All right, so let's go ahead and get started. So we all know that because of the investigation with the alleged fraud and sex related charges against him, some items, some personal possessions were confiscated, including vehicles. Allegedly, she does not have her own home to live in. We're going to listen to some sound bites that talk about this. And it is really sad. It's definitely not anything that I celebrate in, but I just want to point out some things about if you're really focused on saying that you have a man, some things that you may put up with or red flags that you may ignore or just dating down, it could really put you in a bad spot. And if you don't believe me, just ask Shirley yourself.
I will. I just gotta figure out, I gotta get another car, that's all. I just gotta get a car.
Okay, well that ain't no problem. Once he comes see me, you text him, then I'll just tell him what to help you with. Cause he's good at it too. He's a car fanatic, so he know how to go get the right stuff.
Yeah. But credit is just
You just gotta buy you something to move around. You just gotta get you something to move something nice, move around, get you a Kia or something. Just get you something to move around in A to B. You don't need to be with dependable. That's all. You don't need to be dependable. You don't need to do all that. You don't need to do all that. All that's gonna come back later. Just try out here. You know what I saw that kept me going last night? I saw OJ on TMZ last night in a Bentley, and he owed all these people that money. You know what I'm saying? How can you do all that? What I'm saying is that man is still living his life.
Yeah.
OJ.
Well, that ain't no good example.
I know what I'm saying is the trials and tribulation that man went through. That's what I'm not applauding what they say he did. You know what I'm saying? He paid the time and dues for all that. But I'm saying he's still living.
Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Work.
Yeah.
Work. That's criminal. Yeah.
Yeah, he could have killed himself. He could have died. He could have just gave up. He didn't give up. And what I got, he can't even compare to him worth pennies.
Oh my gosh. So, okay, let's get into a couple of things. So, she has lost her car, and I'll just always be fascinated about her financial situation only because she is a co-radio host of a nationally syndicated radio show that is very popular. Even if you don't watch it, I haven't regularly watched the Steve Harvey show in many years, but they still have a strong following, even if you and I don't listen to it. Other people do listen to the Steve Harvey Morning Show. So I'm convinced that she makes six figures a year, even if it's $100,000 a year. That is still incredible money, especially when some families of four or larger, they are surviving off of less of that. So when I hear about her losing her car and losing a home, I'm just like, how? I mean, they live in Georgia. I'm sure there's lots of real estate where she doesn't have to live in Duluth, which is where like Nene Leakes reportedly has lived, an hour away from the city. But she doesn't have to live in the hood either. She could live in something, a nice, modest township, have an alarm on her house, and I'm pretty sure where it's mostly safe. And if she rents, you pay 1,000 or two a month in rent and call it a day, and you have a vehicle and that's it. But most of all, homegirl, you're married, but I guess he can't get, a W-2 job. Well, the other thing that I wanted to point out from that soundbite is when she says that her credit is jacked up, Ernest kind of completely ignores that very important fact. He says, "Oh, no, 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 you just got to get you something to get you from A to B, get a Kia." So, what does that mean, Ernest? If someone is buying a Kia, they can do it with bad credit? Like, that was such an unintelligent, unmatched reaction to your wife confiding that she has bad credit. So she is insecure right now that she could even qualify to purchase the vehicle. And when I say right now, I mean in the moment that they were talking. This phone call, by the way, goes back to last November 2022, so 11 months ago. I'm sure that her credit has improved by now. I hope so. Of course, it can take time, but hopefully she's reached out to someone to give her some pointers, perhaps. I don't know. But she says her credit is jacked up, and he just says, "Oh, get you a Kia." What kind of support is that? It's like he's not even listening, or he's in denial of how badly shaped that her life is in. But there is more. So they talk, and it's not just Ernesto who is have his heads in the clouds, and what he's saying doesn't make sense, like the Kia comment. But Shirley is actually convinced that some people would be in his life just simply because of who she is.
You need to stop hanging with people, certain people, or people that mean you good. They say they do, but they really don't. Or people that want to get with you because of what you have.
And that's true. That's true.
And with me, some people just want to be around you because you're married to me. And
that's true. That's very, very true. Now, all of that, what you're saying, you're right. I've experienced all that, and then you just make me angry. I tell you that. I get stupid angry when somebody asks me, what you think. What you think? I'm my own man. Right. But I got used to it, and I started moving a little different. But it's a learning experience.
Okay, so as part of my commentary, I do want to pose the question to you all, and please let me know in the comments. Do you think that it's kind of undeniable for women sometimes to mother a man that they are in a romantic relationship with? I'm just asking because, she's talking to him like a mother in that soundbite. Shirley actually says to Ernesto, "You need to change up the people that you're hanging around with." It just seems like that would be a mother who would say that to like a teenager or someone who is a young adult, late teens, early 20s. That's not anything that you would say to your man who's like 50 something years old. You need to switch up who you hang with. At 50 something, really? So I'm just wondering, like, is it just going to be undeniable where at some point you would mother a man? Shout out to the R&B singer K. Michelle. She said she cannot raise a man. And I have to agree with her. Or is it a matter of if you date down, meaning you date someone who's not in your league, will there be moments where you're like mothering him? Now that makes more sense. I'm not saying it makes sense like as in something to do, but to explain the mothering to someone who literally you're intimate with, that would happen if you're dating down. So then, I've kind of felt a couple of ways about that soundbite, like the delusion. Like Shirley Strawberry, I get that you work with Steve Harvey, like literally, he is your coworker and you are nationally known. But why would anyone treat Ernesto away just because he's married to you, or want to be close to him because he's married to you? But I had to really self review and think, well, Ebony, no, you know that there are some shallow people out there who would actually want to be close to Ernesto just to find out what they can about Shirley or see if they could meet her, And then also, he said that when he has been around people and he voices an opinion, they actually say to her, well, what do you think? And he said, I am my own man. So I guess he has experienced being slighted, being disrespected because he is her husband. So and I'm sure that has to suck, that has to be horrible, but it sounds like he had a good grip on it. You all let me know what you think about that. So moving right along, I know that this will be annoying because we have dealt with this, right? Ever since these prison calls have been released, or jail calls, we have heard him always saying, wow, wow. Anything that Shirley Strawberry says is wow. You could tell he was trying not to talk very detailed on these recorded jail calls. But I also think that's who he is when it comes to Shirley. He is very generic, very standardized, just these little plain wow responses. Well, in this soundbite, he's going to be laughing, y'all, at the wrong ding dang on time. It is very annoying. Let's get into it.
Well, all right. So yeah, just take your time, figure it out, and then I'll call back probably the next day, tomorrow, the next day, and check on anybody that ever come see me, and I'll call you back tomorrow and let you know.
Okay, well, okay, I'm gonna stick in. Don't worry. Okay, don't worry about me. I'll be fine. I will be fine. I mean, I'm strong. I'm not, I'm not gonna crack.
If you can cry, it's okay to cry. It's a gift.
No, I said crack. Crack.
Crack.
Yeah. Okay. They're not gonna break my soul, like the song. I'm not gonna get my soul. Yeah.
Okay. Well, no, like I said, I just wanted to keep my heart straight. I'm not gonna get blessed trying to hold somebody back or trying to be selfish in a situation. You didn't put me in here, so they can't act like it. A lot of people act like it and start making people feel sad and bad. No, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to make sure you're good, even before this even happened. That was my whole thing. Are you happy? You got to be happy. You got to get on out here and live. That will make me happy.
So, they're talking about the situation. And overall in this call, Shirley did sound defeated. She sounds sad because she lost the vehicle. And in the call, she actually says, like, I did enjoy that house, but we don't have it anymore. So that's that. And, I am sad about how it all happened and I lost my car. But, material things don't make me happy. So you literally heard her trying to like minister to herself and try to uplift herself. So when she said, I'll be fine, silly Ernesto laughed. Why did you laugh? That's nothing funny about you and your wife. Well, you're in jail. There's nothing funny about your wife losing her car, losing her house. She makes six figures. She's on a nationally syndicated radio show. And, she's out here struggling like someone like the average American working class who makes under 30,000 a year. It doesn't make sense. The math ain't mathin' and ain't nothing funny about it. So it is offensive to hear this man laugh at her. But again, it's another generic response. And then probably it allows him to be in denial over how he has helped her turn her world upside down. I'm not going to put all the blame on Ernesto because Shirley is an adult. She's in her right mind and a healthy working adult. So she helped choose this predicament, unfortunately. So, but I just don't like those generic responses, including the annoying laughs that's very inappropriate. So they share a moment towards the end of this jail call where they kind of share and console each other on being a part of broken families. So that's my intro to the soundbite, and then I'll come back with commentary.
I said, everybody love you. He said, no, that's not true. I asked you that 7 years ago. I couldn't believe you. Yeah. I didn't live in LA. You told me what y'all Hazel was out y'all like that. I never experienced that before. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You're saying that people don't like you. I couldn't understand why people didn't like you. You told me. They don't know me. Yeah, I know, but they don't know me. That's all. And some of the ones that knew me didn't, you know. I mean, I honestly, you know, don't think my mom liked me. She loved me, but I don't think she liked me. You know. And you ain't gotta like everybody doesn't like me. Yeah, it used to bother me because it was my mom, but you know, it's okay. We're different. We're different in that regard, you know. I don't think Shirley cares for me at all. She doesn't care for me at all. Sheridan, I don't even know if she loves me. My God. Hey, that's okay. I mean, I got a daughter. She hates my guts because I don't want to conform to what she want me to be. It's too late for that. You're too old for that. I don't want you to be my little girl, and all, but you get too old for that. I don't want to do that. You're grown. You have 1 minute remaining. Saying all that. But yeah, it's okay. I'm cool with it. I'm cool with it. I'm okay. You know, everybody wants you to be who they want you to be. You can't worry about it. Yeah. I'm going to text him now, and hopefully he'll come. You said you wanted to come and see you today? Yes. Okay. Today or in the morning.
Y'all noticed how at the end Shirley changed the subject? It was probably too painful. It seems like these two people, they have bonded over some similar negative experiences, just like the broken families, particularly with their kids. It did sadden me to hear Shirley say that she was convinced that her mom loved her, you know, like how a parent would love a kid, but she said she didn't like me. And she said, you know, it's okay. We were different in that regard, but I don't think Sheridan cares about me, and I don't think that Sheridan loves me. Now, of course, as you all know, allegedly Shirley has been paying her daughter's rent. In this same phone call earlier, she did say to Ernesto, now remember, this is November of last year. She goes, well, maybe, how about I pay her rent through the end of this year, and then I can let her know. So it just makes me wonder, you know, are the rent payments, are they like guilt payments? Is it guilt money that she's giving Sheridan in the form of paying her rent? I don't know her and Sheridan's backstory. Like, did she have Sheridan at a young age? But isn't like Shirley 69? And I've heard that Sheridan is like in her 40s. So there's like a 20-year age gap or 20-something year age gap between the two of them. Like, did Shirley pursue like her radio career, her journalism career, and her mom raised Sheridan? Like, if you all know that backstory, let me know, because I don't know the details of why there would be distance between them. Now, with Ernesto, his saying, oh, well, don't feel bad. I have a daughter who hates my guts because I won't baby her. She wants to be daddy's little girl. You too old for that. So it sounds like Ernesto won't affirm his daughter. He won't hear out her emotional needs. He's not trying to meet her emotional needs. And it sounds like he's rough with his daughter emotionally. Now, there are some accusations. Oh, we ain't even gonna go there, child. But yeah, so I do feel bad for the daughter because she's never going to get that validation from Ernesto, from her dad. So I would just say to her, if I was one of her girlfriends, like, You don't need him to affirm you or apologize for being a butthole for you to have closure. You just have to accept that this Negro is like handicapped when it comes to loving you, and you love yourself. You're going to have to fill that void for yourself. That's what I would tell her. What would you tell Ernesto's daughter? But certainly let me know what you all thought in the comments about this latest jail call. And again, you can check this out on phone calls from prison, that YouTube channel. And please hit the like button on this video. I would greatly appreciate it. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I will talk with you all later, and take good care. Bye.